Hmm.
Yes.
We had an argument.
Pain and tests.
Yes, the test that you're starting today.
Yes, we're facing our fears.
Among other things.
No, I still haven't spent my XP. I'll do that next session.
All right. Yeah. You met with the Lord Inquisitor. You had a chat with him. Then you went to a space station where you met with a bunch of other people who asked you some questions. And now you're undergoing some kind of test. Well, there were space marines there too.
Yeah, but Xenos, and they're converting with Xenos. That's heretical. Yeah, don't like that. Not one bit. No, sir.
Mutants.
This is an actual bit in the lore. Like the Ordo Malleus is very annoyed occasionally with the Ordo Xenos, because they keep killing Eldar.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever the Eldar are, demons aren't. Because they'll shoot at them, and it's like they fight over it. It's funny. Alright. Oh boy, hold on.
Infighting within the Imperium? Never.
Never heard of it.
What? Hold on. Where is the thing where you can set people's people's graphics thing?
Very specific.
No.
Picture above your name in the bottom left. Need to get rid of that.
Right.
Oh, it's bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right below your text box.
Yeah.
No. Hold on. Your pictures on the left side. I need to get rid of those.
My settings. In audio and video, and then video display, and then their video avatar size, and
names only. There you go.
Exactly that.
Because my screen is smaller. Yes. Hold on. Yeah. So after being evaluated by everybody gave their approval placidly, you were directed to walk into the big door behind the Lord Inquisitor. All of you.
Big door.
Which
we shall do so, because Lord Inquisitor said so, and he's a loyal servant of the Emperor. Yes.
Yeah.
I just got going like, do we have to do this?
Yes.
It's a command. Move.
Okay.
I take a sippy of my trusty canteen, and then
playing fucking Fallout, are we?
So the door opens, and inside you see basically a waiting room. Staffed by one of the Lord Inquisitor's administratum aides. Hello. Ah, yes. There you are. You are to undergo evaluation, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Told.
He pulls out a data slate. All right. Your name, your name's here, please. And below that, in the field below that, anything you'd like to tell your next of kin should you die in there?
Um, we're all part of the Inquisition. I would suggest that this is probably unnecessary in terms of next of kin. They are not
Okay.
to know.
Well, you know, some sons would like their fathers to know that they love them, something like that. But scan it anyway. It's a formality. Closure. You want to be prepared before you head into the Nexus.
I actually have something to write.
If there is anything that you need closure on, you should not be distracted.
I just write down on the paper. I did my part. Dot.
After like the third line, it like auto completes to that exact sentence. Very popular sentiment.
And then
Now.
glory, and then glory to Vostroya.
Very well. Now, what have you been told? A trick question that nothing's been told to you, obviously.
Hmm.
Now, you're about to head into what we like to call the Nexus. It has another name, but that is currently above your pay grade. You may inquire it if you survive. Yes, either way. The Nexus is a piece of technology, we think. Well, we know, but this isn't entirely reassuring, actually.
Indeed not. Is it of human origin or is it alien?
This is human.
Narrow eyes.
Yeah, just like one eyebrow up, like
Well, it originates from the era of the early Great Crusade.
Records dubious.
Yes. Good. Well, it is a test of your character and mettle. Now, what this device will do, it will scan your memories, your experiences, and your fears. Everything that you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and it will show them to you. The things you pride yourself on, the things you hate about yourself. And, well, you will have to come to terms with yourself. If you can do that without losing your mind or, you know, turning your backs on humanity or whatever, because if that happens, we would have to kill you, obviously. Then you are welcome here. But it also may show you some hints of your future. Anyhow, you may keep your weapons, any of your belongings, so long as you, well, don't destroy anything physical in there.
I take it this is a valuable device.
Well, anything that's classified is valuable, so.
They probably don't know how to repair it.
Well, someone does.
I'm gonna go
We
over
just
to
don't
one
know
of
how
the
to find them.
chairs and put down my flamer.
Well,
I am absolutely not parting.
well. It may not matter. You shall see. Very well. Enter when ready into the next chamber.
All of us?
Yes, all of you.
All right.
Hmm.
Shall we?
Yeah, kind of look at each other like, I just walk forward.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Resolve in the face of the unknown.
YOLO!
You step forward into the small metal chamber before you. It's kind of like an elevator.
If music
Um,
starts playing, I'm gonna be irritated.
No. You step inside. The doors close. And you feel it descending. Then halt. And then you feel a vibration. Not like physically, you feel vibration in your mind, in your head. Small at first, compensatable. But within a few seconds, it like drowns out everything else. First, you can't hear anything.
Finally silence.
Then you can't see anything. Then you lose your sense of touch, your sense of smell, and the last thing that goes is taste. The taste of your own tongue.
Do I lose any sense of the warp?
Okay, actually, Boris, because you are a psyker, you're the only one that, like, is cognizant of the fact that at some point during all of this, you just fully lose consciousness.
Hmm.
Is this something one could resist? You know, if it's affecting your psyche via psychic powers?
It's how do I put? No, it's not psychic. It is effectively like
That you don't have to explain if you don't want to. Like, I'm
yeah,
just
it's
I've
physical.
got resistance to psychic stuff. If it's not psychic stuff, it's fair.
Yeah, no, it's physical.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a microwave gun pointed at your brain. It's rattling.
Damn young ones.
You wake up in a massive. All of you wake up pretty much at the same time in this massive room made of something black, solid. Boris,
Mm-hmm.
make me a signy science check.
Yippee!
Okay. 5 additional, so 6 degrees of success. So, at first, when you wake up, you think, ah, shit, my connection to the warp's been cut off again. Because you don't feel it around you. Or rather, because you don't feel yourself able to tap into the warp. But you don't feel the same, like, discomfort of being disconnected from your, like, soul in the ether. Feels normal, feels fine.
Finally.
But you recognize very quickly why that is. It's because you don't feel yourself tapping into anything. You think you are your soul right now. The warp is all around you. And with 6 degrees of success, whenever you like really try to focus in on yourself, like on your body, something's not quite right. It doesn't feel entirely material.
Huh.
If you had to make an educated guess, you'd almost think you're in the warp. But
Aha.
this doesn't look like the warp. Like you have a sense of the warp. The warp is swirling, unending, unordered chaos. This is pretty ordered.
I see. I look around me intensively, just in general, looking for any anomalies.
The rest of you wake up feeling mostly normal. Though there is a dull headache some of you perhaps have.
Hmm.
This is a weird question.
No.
Like. Alright. I suppose this is the test then. Very well. Are there any doors? Any
Oh?
thing?
You find yourself in a purely smooth, square room, perfectly square, about 20 meters across. There are no distinguishing or discerning features of the wall that you can tell from afar. Though, well, you're currently in the center of the room.
Hmm. Well, let's move to the wall that is ahead of me then.
Okay. Yeah. The wall gives off a rhythmic hum, and it is lukewarm to the touch. It feels like stone, of a sort. But it is way too smooth for stone. It's got the almost like plastiline texture of like metal or like plasteel, even.
Mm-hmm.
But if you knock on it, it's not like rock.
Okay. Another question. Is this at all similar to anything that, like, any of my base will have shared that they experience?
Absolutely not. Well, No, I know what you're referring to. Hold on, I gotta look up something here. How are the gates of Morkai described, actually? This is a good point. Oh, so it is like this. Okay. No, yeah. It feels similar enough to it that it rings a bell.
Interesting. Fun, neat, and interesting.
Selena.
Yes.
No. Yeah, C4. As you check your bags, do you think you only have, like, if you look in your bag, you only have one grenade in there?
Oh, the
And it
horror.
looks, and it looks weird. It's like white, and there's a mist coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got writing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Says, quote, for special purpose only, signed Selena.
Does it look like my handwriting?
Oh yeah, this is like exactly. It looks like it was written in Sharpie.
So it's pretty on point.
Yeah, no, that's pretty on point. Does it Does it look like any grenade I would have seen before? Could I try and identify the
Absolutely not.
grenade?
Like, you've known a lot of explosives. This looks like a grenade that a fever dream of yours, like, dreamed up.
That tracks.
I mean, hey, Selena would be rapidly studying it and trying to record it to memory, thinking that, hey, she can try and find some of these when she gets back out.
Is
Yeah.
there a loose object somewhere, like a small stone or something, or
Not
anything?
really. AP, are you studying anything?
Yeah, fucking everything, and I'm using fucking 1, 2, and 3 to help out. Hell, I'm
Okay.
studying 1, 2, and 3, making sure they didn't get fucked over.
They're here, but not really. Actually, everybody, as like his Skitarii start moving around, the mechanical, like the connection and the noosphere between you two is visible to all. Like a line goes from AP's cranial implants directly into the ones in the Skitarii's neck.
Hmm.
As for that, AP, I want you to make me a. Let's see. Make me a logic check.
Ooh. Damn. Any modifiers on that? I'll take that as a no.
Plus 10. A plus 10.
Okay.
Wow, look at you. Oh.
I'm gonna reroll that.
All right.
I think you should redo your bias update.
Yeah, I got closer anyway.
So the material looks familiar-ish to you, but anyone else may make a logic check. But Drostia, you make this with a minus 20. Boris, you with a minus 10, and Bayo, you with a minus 40.
What was the check, sorry?
Logic.
What does Selena get it with?
Logic.
A minus 10 also.
Logic intelligence or logic
Yes,
agility?
logic intelligence.
Woohoo!
Minus
Minus
10.
40!
I
I don't think I can
succeed.
beat that.
Yeah, I wasn't being that.
Target -7.
Oh, your
I
target's
cannot-
-7, mine's -33.
Yep.
I cannot beat the bad at logic accusations.
Yeah, none of you know what this material is.
Yeah, no.
Bayo sitting over here unbothered in his lane, flourishing.
Alright.
Where are your thoughts, everybody? Like, where's everyone's thoughts?
Patience in terms of Drostia.
I'm-
Like, waiting to see what's going to happen because something is going to happen. That much is clear.
Skeptical.
I'm thinking
And
about
there's a Dutch word that I cannot translate. But it's like you're skeptical, but also looking actively for the answer. I don't know.
No, AP is fucking mesmerized and dumbfounded at the same time.
I'm gonna be completely honest, Selena's just still studying this grenade, like, oh damn, huh? That does that? And this connects to that. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a doohickey, basically.
Oh, I love doohickeys.
There
Scoober.
is a immediate, not an immediate, like eventually there is a. As you're waiting patiently, Drostia, you something clanks to the floor to your left.
Patience is rewarded. What do we have here?
You see a familiar pendant. So you remember back on your homeworld.
Hmm.
After mass, the priest of your local cantera would pass out these copper necklaces for Sanguinalia. And it is a it's a copper aquila.
Hmm.
And this you have not seen this in years. You lost it on when you were hiking somewhere while you were attending the Scola. You haven't seen this thing in years.
It indeed touches our minds. That is for certain. I'm gonna try to inspect the object, see like like one would a gold coin in the olden days, like bite into it. Is it soft like copper?
It is exactly as you remember it. The everything down to the fact that the top left feather on the aquila was chipped at some point during your possession of it. It's got scratches in exactly the places where you remember it. And it how do I put this? The only thing that you notice is different is that the chain is a bit longer, as if to compensate for your age.
All right. A trick, no doubt. I'm going to hold on to it, like hold it in my fist.
Nothing else?
No.
Okay.
Does anyone have a lighter or something? I need to try. I want to try something.
Sorry, I left my flamer back at the waiting room.
A little bit too big for a lighter.
But I produce a glow globe.
Boris, are you looking for your belongings? Like looking for a lighter?
Yes.
There is a book in there you don't remember putting in there.
It's a grimoire.
Oh no,
Nope.
corruption.
Okay.
You pull it out. It is a book that you used to carry around because you had to. It is the Guardsman's Primer.
Right.
Wait, you've dropped it? Heretic.
No, it was taken away from him when he was put on the black ship.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I was kind of forced to. Ooh, I think this is new. I'm gonna read
Yeah.
this.
You.
Photo
So it starts off exactly as you remember it for like the first 2 pages, and then on the third page, the third set of pages, it's entirely empty, except for something haphazardly written on it in your own handwriting. Hey, Boris, it's me,
Hey.
you.
Oh no. Okay, and that's it?
On that page, yeah.
Okay, I keep turning.
Third brick from the right on the wall facing you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find that you can't turn the page. The rest of them seem to be glued together.
Stupid book. Third brick. What did it say? Third brick of the wall right in front of you?
Yes, third like from the left and the wall right in front of you.
I'm gonna go there and punch it.
It is warm.
Ugh.
Where everything else has been lukewarm. This is like really warm.
Ugh.
Like body temperature.
Ugh, that's warm. I'm looking mildly annoyed basically, and I'm going like, okay. Anyway, now I have
Are
an
you
object.
gonna do anything with it?
I don't know. Did I feel it move at all?
It seems like it might.
Okay, then I'm gonna do what I wanted to do. I am going to put some telekinesis on it.
Mm-hmm. Is that an ability you have?
Yeah, telekinetic control. I'm gonna cast it at a psi rating of 1.
All right.
And do I have any extra modifiers besides that, or is it just no? So what it is?
Nope.
Alright, cool. I can basically not fail it when it's 1.
I mean, it's a psychic power. You can fail.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
87.
but
That was close. That was almost an 88, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You can still fail.
yes, I want to try.
You reach out, you grab the thing, and it's like it's slippery. It's like you can't grasp hold of this material. It's like you're trying to like hold on to wet soap while having to squeeze it as tightly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try just pushing it?
Yes.
All right.
It's a pushover. Okay.
Make me a strength check with a plus 20.
Plus 20. Wowie.
Come on, Saika. Oh.
I'm strong now. I like
It moves. Like all of you are like shaken out of whatever stupor you were in by the sound of just and there is now a like small passage in the area that you're in where Morris just pushed it in.
Oh, there you go. Shall we continue? I don't like it.
Well, the question is if this is a test for just you, or if it's a test for all of us.
One way to find out. I'm going to go in first, and we'll see what happens.
Yes.
But I do want to share one thing with you before I go.
Mm-hmm.
I had this feeling, but I think I almost confirmed. It feels like we're in the warp. That's it. Now I'm gonna go. Good luck. I leave that.
This
I just
puts
leave
you on an edge.
And then I just go.
All right.
Refuse to elaborate.
Will
I take
anyone
ominous statements for 500.
is anyone going to try to follow him?
Sure.
All right.
They were Drostia.
Yeah, you can just follow him, it seems.
Yeah.
Like, Selena is right behind you. Oh, hold on. Cold wind. Is anyone else going to follow? I'm just going to put it like this. Is anyone else going to follow them?
Oh, and we're
up to you. Totally fine if you don't.
We were told this would be an individual test, right?
No, you
You were told that was a test. There's nothing about
Just a test.
individuality or a group. It was
Fair
just,
enough.
It's a test. So,
Yep.
hmm.
You decide
Yeah, no,
what you want
AP
from
is going to stick with Rostia.
Damn, the hate.
Guess who's the popular interrogator now, bitch? But it could be a test of our team spirit as well, I suppose. Yeah, let's follow.
I kind of wait to see if look back like are they coming, and then when I see them coming, I work for Kuti on.
I imagine you
Yep.
look kind of like a lost.
It's about like 25 meters into like crawling through this space. You are all hit with ice cold wind, just hitting your face.
Mm.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Um,
put on my visor.
And as you trudge through this, eventually you're crawling through half-frozen mud instead of solid ground.
Just like home.
Yeah, I was
Um,
about to say.
And
Can I stand up? Because you.
so eventually the black material gives way to a small rock crate tunnel. And you walk through, and as you stand up, you're not wearing what you entered the abyss with. You're all wearing Imperial Guard cadet uniforms. Vostroyan
Not
Imperial
again.
Guard cadet uniforms.
Are they at least warm?
Oh yeah,
Thank fuck.
waterproof too.
I just look and like, oh shit, not again.
Boris,
Oh,
as
fond
you all
memories, Boris.
Boris, as you stand up,
Mhm.
and look around you, this like instantly like strikes you. You are on Vostroya. In the far north of Vostroya, to be specific.
Mm.
This is the Young Officers Military Academy that you attended. Things are fairly quiet, but you see familiar areas, but not familiar faces. When you try to focus in on, there are people here, but when you focus in on their like faces,
Mhm.
you immediately forget them right after. It's just the
Yeah,
vibes,
okay.
the general vibes that people have. That's all that's here. Some people are a little easier to focus on, people you remember more strongly. But other than that, you're pretty much on your own here, other than like not on your own, but this is familiar to you.
I kind of look. I want to look back and see if everyone else if the rest has also changed clothes, I suppose. And then I just said, "Welcome to the guard in Fair Fostoria. These are my memories.
Oh,
I think
I
you're in for a good
wish
time.
you grew up somewhere warmer.
You all get used to it."
Man, I wish I had my
Um,
grenades now. That makes
Things
things
are gonna
so much
get-
warmer.
Only very briefly. I would hate to try and put you back without my help.
How does the tech priest actually look?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
You're an engine seer.
Ah.
You're a Volstarian engine seer.
So yeah, I've gone from fixing machines to fixing fixing people to fixing machines.
Yes.
Yep. You feel like all of your stuff is still there. You just can't see it. It's weird. It's like when your arm falls asleep.
I try to reach out and touch one of my mechadendrites with my physical hand.
Again, it feels like your hand falls asleep when you do.
Oh, interesting.
This is
Um, Boris, in the
This is-
distance you hear a voice that's almost burned into your mind. Who taught you to shoot like that? You are sons of Vostroya! Sons
Okay.
and daughters of our glorious planet. Now, hit that target, or I will make you the targets for the next cadets.
Alright, I'll walk over there. You feel like doing some practice shooting, lads?
No, not necessarily.
I think you will have to. Alright, come along. Good for you.
Boris?
Yes?
As you step over, like, the incline towards where the practice range was, you see a group of cadets. Among them, one of them stands out to you because it's you. You see yourself, about 15 years old. You're crouching in the half-frozen mud, with a simple auto gun, like pressed up against like a repeating, basically just a semi-automatic rifle, really. Pressed up against your shoulder, and like tapping out to try and hit a target. And you miss. You hit a rock behind it.
That was my target.
The drill instructor sighs for a moment. All right. Look. If you do not learn to focus yourself, you will die out there. You will be ripped apart by an orc. Shot to death by rebels. So focus yourself. Go in to whatever helps you. Hit your target and kill it for the Emperor. You remember this. That, like, this exact moment immediately floods back into your mind, and you feel transfixed between this moment and you yourself where you are now. You're in both places. You are both the boy kneeling in the mud and the inquisitorial interrogator standing behind him. And you remember closing your eyes and just letting something guide your shot. Something that you now recognize to be an innate connection to the Immaterium. This is when you first tapped into the warp.
Ah, lovely.
And you pull the trigger, and you hit the target bang on. Direct hit. How do you feel?
Well, on the outside, I make a joke like, "See, I was a natural," but in the inside, I'm like, I see. This is tricky. Little bit freaked out, I suppose.
Yeah. Is this like noticeable?
I tried to hide it.
Okay, everybody who wants to can make a sense motive check. Or whatever that's called in this system. Hold on.
What, perception,
It's-
awareness, or discern? Wait, hang on.
It's
Inquiry.
it's
Yeah,
scrutiny, I
inquiry.
think.
No,
No, it's
scrutiny,
Oh yeah,
scrutiny.
scrutiny.
Yep.
scrutiny fellowship. Everyone can make a scrutiny fellowship check.
Okay.
Any modifiers?
Rustia, you've worked alongside Boris a little longer. You get a +10 to this.
Cool.
Sure, why the fuck not? Can't do it other than yeah, exactly.
Good.
There. 4 degrees of success.
-4
Okay.
degrees of success, or -5.
Oh,
It's additional 4.
Gradman notices me, damn it.
It's actually 5 degrees of success.
Mm-hmm.
You know this face. Like, this is the face Boris makes when something is unsettling him, but he doesn't really want to pull attention to it.
Unnerving, I suppose. Seeing yourself.
Well, no, it's just memories are storming in from the old days. I didn't know I was connected so early to the warp.
Ah, I can imagine that being frightening.
I thought I was just good, or at least not incompetent.
Well, can't all be right, can we?
Why should you try shooting at a Zuckerberg?
No, I work up close. That's better. More satisfying,
Okay.
you know? But,
Is there a
don't let
path
it get
forward?
to you, yes? Steel yourself.
Okay.
I reckon the worst is ahead of us.
Yeah. I'm afraid for any further memories. In active duty, brace yourselves. Grab a weapon. Feel like we're going to go to battle, and I walk forward.
You walk forward. Like towards yourself?
No, past it. As in, I acknowledge it, and then I go, I need to go on.
Your drill instructor stops you.
Fuck.
The old man, fixes his beard, stands up straight, and he salutes you.
I salute him back.
And then he lets you go.
And I say, thank you. And I go without explaining.
Shrug and follow.
In the snow-peaked trees in front of you, there's something there. A passage. You feel compelled to walk through it. Walk between those trees.
Yeah, then I go.
It's not an unsettling compulsion. It's like
Motivated.
it just feels like that's the way forward.
Alright. And let's go. And I kind of have a feeling, so I'm just gonna. I think I have a weapon, like a las gun or something.
Yeah. You have your old las gun on your back.
Cool. I feel I just out of instinct I'm just gonna grab it and prepare it. Might be not necessary, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Do you all follow him? Hold on. Immediately it gets a little bit warmer, but it's still very cool. And the smell of snow and frankly horse dung is replaced with the smell of fire and ash and sulfur. All of you trip pretty much at once. Like trip forward, like something tripped your leg.
Oh fuck.
And like the floor gives out from under you simultaneously. And you land in the mud and the inside of a trench.
Oh.
You just hear him say, "Thought so."
You remember this also. This was your first deployment. It was a major engagement. One of the last proper battles of the Indomitus Crusade.
Oh.
At first it seemed pretty simple. The orcs had attacked the world, and nobody had really had the time to respond because the galaxy was on fire. Now that things were a bit better, you were together with a force of Sisters of, like your regiment, together with a force of Sisters of Battle, and Legio Cybernetica were sent to purge the orcs from the planet. Problem was, there were a lot more greenskins than you had anticipated. And them fuckers were bigger than you had expected.
The uplifting primer. How very nice of a book.
And you remember this as well. This is different than before. You touch yourself, trying to make sure you're okay. You feel younger. You feel like you're somewhere where you perhaps weren't before. You check your uniform. 2 stripes. You're a first lieutenant. You turn around and see your friends. All of them in firstborn uniforms. Again, all of you have that same experience you had before, just perhaps a little better equipped. C4, you have a grenade launcher again. Looks a bit weird now, but you have it back.
Yay!
Bayo,
Love a grenade launcher.
you have a heavy stubber. And yeah, Drosty, a light flamer, and AP is an engine seer, so on and so forth. Hold on. Boris, you are pulled to your feet by a woman that you recognize. This was your captain. This was the woman who fought alongside you for your first couple deployments. Get up! Get up! You are Vostroyan! Are you not?
Yes, Captain.
Now.
No, put into me.
Now, Konstantin, I need you to listen to me. We have two of our Leman Russ are disabled on that ridge over there, and if they do not get support, our entire line will collapse. You're going to charge across this with me. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
There is something like this. You will remember this as well. You look at this woman, and you know that within the next 5 minutes, you're going to watch her get ripped apart by an orc stompa.
Ah, lovely.
Wait, we're charging across a field and there's a stomp out there.
Yes.
Alright, cool. I
complaining,
don't like
Drosja.
being in the guard. Can we go back now, please?
Hey P, you know how to repair Limeros, right? You remember, right?
I do indeed remember. You are, however,
Alright.
going to help me with some tools.
Sure, that's fine.
Ugh, emotions are worse than I remember.
This woman steps up onto like the steps out of the trench, raises her bolt pistol. Men, women of Ostroya, rally to me!
Alright.
We charge! We die for the Emperor!
I kind of look at you guys like, ready?
Hmm.
And with the dual battle cries of the Firstborn, all of you go over the top. The rest, for all of you, is a blur. You think you're shooting things, you think you're aiming at things, but it all happens blurry, like someone else is remembering it.
Mm-hmm.
Boris, you feel like you're walking through morass. Like every step that you get closer to those disabled tanks gets more and more difficult. Like the ground is freezing around your legs. It's not actually getting any slower or harder, but it feels immobilizing. This intense, like, just this intense weight on your chest that feels like your heart is beating out of your chest. You think it's gonna rip apart any second. You make it to the tanks. You slay a couple of boys on the way here. In the distance, you watch a knob be ripped apart by artillery fire. But then, as you see your captain, like rally the men. Oh, I'm sorry. She is immediately, like, you have no time to react to this mentally or prepare yourself. You know what's coming. But the rotating, like, circular saw blade on the Stompa, like, doesn't slice her head off. It shreds it into pieces. And within a half a second, the bravest woman you have ever known is limp and lifeless on the floor. And you fall over backwards just from shock, and you're staring up at an orc war machine. And you remember what comes next. The saw blade lifts up and slams down towards you. What is your instinct? What is your instinct to do?
Get out of the way.
Yeah, you dodge. But then it starts turning and coming towards you.
Oh, fuck.
And then you act on instinct. You act without thinking, without having any sort of rational thought behind it. You wish, deeply wish, that this damn thing would just fall apart. And so it does. you again recognize an action from your youth. This one you do remember being like this. You grab it with your hand, your mental hand, and twist the whole arm assembly away, and it falls off, limp and useless on the floor. Just then, a crack missile hits the Stampa, and it keels over backwards. And you remember the men of your regiments staring on at you in confusion and disbelief.
Was it what it looked like? The
rest of you, like, again, everything fades away for you. And eventually, silence. Boris, you are much older again. All of you are wearing the clothes that you remember wearing when you ventured into this hole in the wall. All of your original clothes, all of the belongings you remember, except, you only have the grenade that you had again. Selena?
Yeah, the
Sad.
makeshift weird grenade.
Yeah. Well, it's not even makeshift, it's just a doohickey. It looks intricate and weird.
legal
I love
police
it.
work.
I love a gizmo.
Oh, yeah. And you're somewhere. You are in what was called the Quiet Chamber.
Like it when I...
You remember this vividly, Boris. This was a place on the Black Ship.
Yeah.
Where, while they were teaching you not to blow yourself up, sometimes the noise of the warp gets too much. So they dump psychers into this quiet room, which was a room lined with like a very low level psychic suppression field. It was basically a measure to stop you from going insane. You never really went to that brink. You're not like so powerful that your powers are ripping you apart. And you learned to master those powers within you, those aspects of yourself, mere years after they started manifesting. Like 2 years. And they manifested very slowly and over time. How do you feel, Boris? After everything that just happened?
God, I wish I was back in the trench. That's at this point, at least. Just like old emotions, I suppose.
You see yourself before you. All of you actually see a little boy again. That 15-year-old you saw earlier, standing there in your old clothes that you wore just before you entered the guard. The boy steps towards you. Well, you step towards yourself, I should say. And looks up at you. You have remembered where you come from. What events made you who you are? How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
Do you hate us? Ourselves?
No. I wish it had gone differently, though.
You're
I wish-
afraid of what we are.
Yes.
Then you can't ever be at peace with us.
I suppose not. At any given moment, my head can explode. I can rip a gate out of space and time. I can summon demons, get possessed. Only for existing. And if that doesn't get me, one of these people behind me will.
But it hasn't
That
yet.
is not. I guess not. It's not pleasant. To say the least.
No. And you're going to have to face your fears. There's a door behind me. It's normally the way out of the chamber. But here it just leads back into it. Face what is behind there. How do I put this? How can I put this? Am I allowed to put this? Your fear inside you can manifest as something that must be burned. But you can't burn your fear.
Drostia raises eyebrows.
Go on. I suppose because I trust you, that means that you trust yourself. In a way, at least. See where that takes you.
A deep sigh. I look behind me just to see how the fuck everyone else is doing.
What is everyone else doing?
You know the kind of head tilt that dogs do?
Oh god. Hmm? Hmm?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've just seen actual battlefield. That's
yeah.
always harrowing. And
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
it's not the first time for at least Drostia since she's been with the Inquisition and the Sisters for a long time. But
Yep.
I mean, still rattles you. So
Yeah.
she's a little bit, on edge. But just observing.
Oh, I would like to add that this is the first time I'm visibly shaking and afraid, like not taking the time to hide it. I'm like, fuck me. Alright. I just I look back at the child version of me. And I say, what if I fuck up? What if I summon a demon and we all die and this galactic part of the galaxy is doomed?
You'll just have to make sure not to let that happen. Can you account for that?
I suppose I have no choice. And take a deep breath.
you step forward. And immediately, you are hit with this smell of warp power, of just concentrated warp stuff. And it smells foul, corrupted.
Hmm.
Like it's your worst nightmare, quite literally. But in front of you is still dark.
Can I do a science check?
Sure.
Okay.
Hmm. What you sense with 6 degrees of success, what you sense isn't chaos. It's your mind's approximation of it. Anything that you smell and feel and are afraid of in front of you, it's all you. There's
Okay.
nothing external here. You almost think that it'd be almost impossible for a lot of external things to end up here.
Okay.
Almost.
Almost.
Operative word.
This is not. This is not real. I've seen the real thing, and it's not half as scary as this.
You step forward.
Weak imitation. I step forward again. Yeah.
Go on, finish your thought.
It's weak imitation.
They all are
Yeah.
weak imitations of life.
In front of you is a walking, mangled, mutated corpse. Flayed, flaking off, burning with warp fire. Arms split at the elbow into 2 hook-like appendages. Stepping forward towards you. And with horror, you have to recognize in those eyes that this is you. This is what you see in the mirror in your nightmares. This is what you spent every waking second dreading. This is what would happen if your body and mind were overwhelmed by the warp powers that flow through you.
Oh.
Playing in the sandbox. Too big for gods he cannot hope to challenge.
It like snarls and it like your broken mouth opens, barely moving from bones fused together in your jaw.
How long can you escape me, Boris?
Okay. I visibly flinch a bit, like walk back, like. Ugh. But I keep my thoughts together. And I forgot my words. Line.
Take your time.
What did I want to say? It is. It hasn't happened yet, and I will delay it as long as I can. I kind of look back. Oh no, you can go. Sorry.
You live as a time bomb. Will you ever sleep soundly?
Well,
When you are the very monster threatening to rip your friends' throats out in their sleep, to burn them alive in fire that damns their souls for all eternity. Are you any better than the demons you vanquish? You live among them, and every day you may wake up to find that there is nothing left worth salvaging. Men and women that would give their lives for you, that may end up giving their lives for you. Can you embrace your fear of me? Can you live with that knowledge? That it might all be in vain, and you might cause more damage than lives that you could ever save.
in honesty, probably not. But I have to.
Why?
You are only the worst possible. It hasn't happened yet, and I will make sure it won't. I will have to live with this fact.
And you
Okay.
can.
I have to, no matter what. I am part of the Emperor's Holy Inquisition, and I have been entrusted with this task. I cannot fail. I must not fail.
Do you finish that sentence? Within moments, a bright light engulfs this nightmare version of yourself, and you see it crumble into ashes. And then the ashes fade into nothing. And you're left with yourself in that room.
Hello, beautiful.
You breathe in, you breathe out, and as always, you sense the warp flowing through you like a breeze, but you're still you. But everything that's happened, everything that you fear, when you look in the mirror, you can still say, oh yeah, that's Boris. That's me.
I look for. I do the normal back eyes. Do like, fuck me. Okay, and I just kind of feel like out of habit for my canteen. Like, do I have my canteen?
Yeah. You take your canteen, you close your eyes, you take a swig. When you open your eyes again, all of you are back in the smooth black room that you started out in.
Oh, fuck me. That was fucked up shit.
Indeed.
How was your first battle? Did you like it?
Not my first.
Well, first with the guards, I suppose.
No, yeah, sort of. Now,
I despise you for forcing emotions back on me.
it might do you some good to actually feel something, AP. That's what's
Yes.
human
Oh.
in you.
I feel plenty. I'm just very selective about what
Mm-hmm. So it was a fun little road trip. I mean, not particularly fun, but it was a trip.
And
The old world, I hear that they had this thing called app like that.
I don't know. This is pretty close.
aren't you a little bit young to be experimenting with hard narcotics, young Bo?
He lives with space wolves.
Exactly.
They drink fucking
They drink
battery acid.
alcohol and they're fucking space marines.
Eh.
Maybe eat some shrooms. I don't know.
And
Oh,
are all of these going to be like this?
We should
you don't know?
have to see.
Good. I wish you good luck with yours. I will stay behind you. Support. No, I need a minute alone.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I can imagine.
I'm just going to go in the corner and just sit down. Not like facing the corner, but just sitting like with my back on the corner, like.
Did you actually sit down in the corner? Because you sound like you're coming out of a tin can right now.
Oh yeah. Sorry. What?
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure that your mic wasn't dying or anything.
No. I'm gonna sit in the corner and like just when you sit down, you have like after a day's work, like.
You can hear, like,
Give me a moment to catch my breath before we continue.
a long draw of your cigarette, like.
Yeah,
Certainly.
that wasn't even my worst day.
Well, if he's doing that, well, that was fairly disturbing. Josh's just gonna sit down and pray while he contemplates.
As you do, you feel something in your pocket get hot, like red hot for a second, then cool down.
Have fun.
All right. Just gonna. There we go. Well, I pick out the medallion because I'm fairly certain that's
Yes.
it.
Yes, it is.
All right. I'm going to hold it in my hands and pray, basically to the Emperor, basically for guidance, I suppose.
Yeah, you do, and this is going to take a hot second. In the meantime, I'm going to get two things here. Two things have changed in here. Hey, AP.
Yep.
There is a old, withered set of goggles on the floor that you recognize.
I will pick him up.
Yeah, you used to wear these when you were a Mechanicus initiate. Back when you were carrying oils to blast last pistols.
When I was but a wee lad without any augments.
Oh yeah. And Bale. In the tracks of one of the like between the two like bricks, there is a engraved 6.
An engraved what? Sorry, I misheard that.
No, it's called a 6.
Okay.
A 6 knife.
Yeah,
That's
Seax is a short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah,
SEAX.
yeah.
Only one shot
fine.
punch, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a Norse sword, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on, let me show you actually what it looks like. It's actually pretty close. This is going into 40K media. If I can find it. There it is. Nope, that's wrong. Why? No,
Because you
no.
copied and pasted the wrong thing. That's why.
There you go. This is what you
Oh,
see.
these things. Okay.
That's for north.
Pick it up.
Yeah. And as we're doing that, Drostia, someone
Mhm.
taps on your shoulder.
Hmm?
It's a little girl. It's you. When you were about like 8.
Do you not realize it's quite rude to interrupt someone in the middle of a prayer?
You have my pendant.
I suppose that I do. I give it back to her.
She holds it. She puts it around her neck. Okay. She touches you again. Tag. And she runs off through a part of the wall. Just phases through it.
I am too old for this. I'm gonna look around. Is everyone else preoccupied?
More or less, yeah.
I'm gonna get up and sort of feel the wall where she ran through.
On a section of the wall about door-sized, your hand just phases through.
Huh. I'm going to half turn around and just say, I think I found something. I'm going through and just
I
Okay, who follows?
Mayo like it.
I immediately stand up and follow.
Yeah, we want to see the shit. This is interesting now.
You have to,
Oh
you-
wait,
you-
I might have to feel feelings again. Fuck.
Oh
You-
yes,
you
you
had
to
are
see
a
my-
girl, AP.
you had to see my traumas. I'm gonna see yours.
C4.
Mm-hmm.
Do you follow?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
It'd be fun, you know. Yay, trauma.
Woohoo! Trauma!
Woohoo! Growing up on a penal colony. Here we go.
Let's go, gang! Trying to bully our elders.
Be rude to thine elders. Okay. Hold on. So you all run through. It's a bit different than the last one. You all maintain your forms. But you are all back in a place that actually all of you have been in before. Except C4, you have no idea what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You're back in the Cantera on the moon of Cannae. Drosty is home. You follow your younger self through alleys, roadways that are all distinctly familiar to you, except they're completely deserted. And eventually, you see her standing on a bridge that further down leads towards the mines.
We're not allowed to go to the mines at this age.
She's just standing there, seemingly.
Well, I'll start walking towards her.
I feel like you're like
You're
walking towards her like she's in trouble. Like
Oh, yes. Attempting to
You're
play the
old.
gag. Yeah. I am. Hopefully you grow old as well.
I mean, I turn into you, don't I?
Indeed. So congratulations. You too will grow old.
you sound like you want to strangle her.
We always hated this bridge. Bad things happen here.
Mm,
This is where Dad collapsed over.
yes. It is.
But it was also always the way out. If you were ever going to leave, we were going to leave through this bridge.
Yes, one way or another. Either down or up.
When Mom was shot, we were taken in. You remember?
Yes.
By the abbot?
Yes, yes.
It was sad, but we also got to eat food.
Yes. I owe him.
Why do you think he did it? Helped us.
I don't know. Saw something, maybe.
Mm.
Something aching to this, perhaps?
Well, he was a good man, but I don't think he had that level of foresight.
No, no, not foresight per se. But, you know. This is going to sound a bit. But, a sense of character. You know?
Yes. I know what you mean.
And besides, he was a good man. There are plenty of orphans being taken in by the ecclesiarchy on a daily basis.
We never had doubts, did we?
Never. Well,
Mm.
once. But, I suppose twice, honestly.
Well, I don't think the Emperor sees that kindly on lying. Well,
Hmm. I only count the major ones. There's always a small inkling of doubt.
guess so. She hands you the pendant back. You'll need this.
Okay. What for?
I don't know. Whatever's across that bridge.
I glance across the bridge, like,
Just the
Well-
tunnels. Darkness.
yeah. Alright.
It's unnerving. I also don't like when people don't tell me what I'm gonna see. But I don't know, honest.
Sure.
You know, I'm an abstract manifestation of a specific part of your psyche. Maybe I'm lying.
If you're a part of my psyche, you should not be lying.
Maybe you're just hiding things from me, so I can't tell you what I need to tell you. Maybe you don't know about all your doubts.
Theo in the background looks like he's thinking a little too hard.
Yeah, illustrating what Drost is like. President. Well done. No sense in delaying the inevitable, eh? And I start towards the tunnels.
Yeah.
I
You
kind of
walk.
shrug and we're like,
And you walk. And deep within those tunnels of darkness, you eventually start smelling incense.
Hmm. Now that is comforting.
Uh-huh. Stepping forward, you find yourself somewhere where you have never really been. You are surrounded by gold and light. Everything is decorated and golden and wrought with the most beautiful pieces of art that are not gauche. You stand before a massive golden chamber door, and as you turn around, there's an even larger gate there. One you actually do recognize, at least from the other side. You're behind Eternity Gate.
Oh.
There is no one here. Eerily so.
This. We should not be here.
what is this?
This is the Imperial Palace. Do you not recognize the gate? We visited.
Oh,
The
Oh.
door in front of you opens. And behind it, is again something you have only seen as you watched Eternity Gate. A tall, massive, like larger than a space marine massive, golden warrior, giving off a weird, ethereal touch. You're looking at a custodian, but he's not all there. He steps forward. You must enter.
I see. Well done. Yes.
He points at the door behind him and does not move, like almost like he's a statue, unflinching.
Well, such is the want of the Astartes, or Custodes, even. Let's let's go through.
Yeah, sure.
This.
does it actually? I just mumble like, does it actually look like this inside?
Doesn't it feels off. Everything feels exactly like you expected it to be, Drostia. Exactly like you would imagine it. Let me put it that way. So that's probably exactly what it is. You move forward. Your limbs start moving on your own. You move on instinct, on pure, just drive forward. And as time goes on, you move through through ever larger and larger gates. And then, as you pass the final precipice, that area which occupies such a sacred part of your mind, your imagination, and your faith, you step into the throne room and see nothing. The throne is empty. There is nothing here. And it feels empty, depressingly empty. Like you feel as if your heart is being pulled down to the ground.
This is wrong. This is wrong.
Is there not supposed to be an...
Of course there is.
Can I don't know, I know this is not my thing, but I'm just curious. Can I do shiny science to see if I feel any warp presence?
You don't need to. There is something there. There is something everywhere.
Yeah, okay. Because in my head it's like Emperor's throne room is like explosion of warp, like psychic.
Oh
stuff.
yes. Oh yes. Even just let me put it this way to you, Boris. You would know this and you would understand this. Even just imagining the Astronomicon is like opening your phone at 5 a.m. and getting blasted by light.
Oh god.
Like that is just the act of like conjuring up the image of the Astronomicon because it plunges so deep into the warp.
Okay.
There is a hooded figure next to you, Drustia.
What is the meaning of this?
Doubts. Doubts unspoken. So profane, so deeply buried, your mind not even dare utter them.
That there'd be no emperor? Preposterous.
True. But let me enhance this image. The figure raises its hand, and a figure appears on the throne. But it's just a skeleton. It's a large skeleton, and you feel its presence, but it feels radiant, but in the way that staring into a bright light is radiant. It's missing the warmth you're used to. It's missing the humanity.
Of course, missing the humanity. The emperor is a god.
It's missing the human touch. When you pray to the emperor, you feel an understanding for the human condition. You feel this familiar warmth. That's missing here.
The machine can't replicate it. Of course. It should be there, but it's not. But, no.
These are doubts. Face them. Does it alter your work?
No. Never. I do this for your Emperor Imperium. Always.
The figure drops its cloak. And then drops its helmet. And you are again staring into a caricature of your own face. Will you fight me? Kill that doubt? Can you even? in session media.
Oh shit! Hang on. Ah, fuck. Oh, Jesus! Yes, pulling sword immediately. Like
Make me a
what the fuck?
willpower check with a -30.
Damn.
Just saying. This is like. Now I'm gonna make the roll first.
They did say it's pulling from your mind, quote, comma, among other things.
Yeah. If I fail this, it is not final. Because this is something
Yeah.
that I'm spending points on. Just
Oh,
saying.
absolutely.
I fail it badly.
Okay. You may re-roll once.
Yeah, I might actually challenge that. So,
Yes.
in the game,
In the game.
there are rules in terms of using, but also burning fate points.
Ah, yes.
So, like, this is important to me. Or this is important to Drostja, rather. So my question to you is, can I make a reroll and then potentially burn a fate point?
Sure.
Or am I burning a fate point immediately, not allowing the reroll?
So, I'm going to say the latter, because you're normally not allowed to use fate points twice on the same action. How many do you have?
3.
Oh, 3. I'm going to let you re-roll first.
Alright.
Yikes.
Alright. So spending 1 fate point. And let's see how this goes.
5, 1 and 5.
10 degrees.
No.
Right, yeah. Can burn a fate point to succeed it.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Yikes.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yep.
drawing power sword and pointing it at the face of the would-be. Are
you okay? Are you attacking right now?
Oh.
Because if you're just attacking, then you don't need to make this check. If you're just like drawing your sword and pointing it at them.
Nah, I'm attacking, and like, basically all-out attack, just double-handed swing.
Okay. This thing can't actually defend or dodge against this, so just make me a damage roll.
Is the damage?
Yeah, just the damage. How much damage is that?
16. 10-5.
16. Hold on, I need to check something.
Does this count as self-mutilation?
He has my own values, and I'm hurting myself. I'm gonna be sad.
You scatter this apparition into its basic forms. Everyone has their intrusive thoughts of what's the worst that could happen, and then imagines things that they don't actually believe in any capacity. It's just intrusive thoughts. It's just something the brain just uses as a way to have a better understanding of itself. Sometimes you just conjure images up just to have a contrast in your head of what you don't believe. Hold on. It reforms into a much more amicable vision of yourself. You see yourself standing there in inquisitorial robes, the robes of someone of the rank of Inquisitor, carrying a flamer, a graph chute on your back, and actually the same power sword in your back holster.
Hmm. Hmm.
No hesitation.
Never.
We've always been very dedicated, not just to what we believe, but to what our duty is. What would you say are the conditions of our duty?
To serve Emperor and Imperium. No matter the cost.
And so we imagine the worst possible scenario. The denizens of our Imperium fail. Terra burns. Everything is lost. Does our duty continue?
Of course.
Then what do we serve?
The idea.
Huh?
The Emperor is immortal.
So our duty is to what he represents and defends. Our duty is to humanity and the imperial ideal.
Yes.
Oh. Then, as things stand, as things go, I am the future you are looking at. Me? Or defiant death in service of our faith?
Either is a worthy cause. Death in the service of the Emperor and the Imperium is the noblest of goals.
It is the only goal we've ever known.
Yes. I see no reason for that to change.
What have you sacrificed in this path already?
In a sense, my family. In a sense, potential family, I suppose. So, in other words, very little.
Well, you've sacrificed one thing. And you, as you met yourself much earlier, the 8-year-old you steps forward out of the shadows, and the even older you puts her hand on her shoulder. You have sacrificed the woman that this girl would have become. But she does live on as a memory. There is a particular word of scripture that always rings true, I think. The piece of the Emperor's wisdom. Nothing ever dies. Death is a state of transition. turns around. Now, let us fix this farce. Raises her hand, and the throne is covered in bright, radiant light, much more familiar than what was conjured up by the machine earlier.
Mm.
Boris, yeah, you're staring into a car's brights right now.
I figured.
Um,
I'm getting flashback to the max. Oh.
Then your fears aren't external. But you act without hesitation. You're willing to sacrifice pieces of yourself for the great cause of Imperium.
I'm willing to sacrifice everything for the Imperium. Of course.
On principle, many are. Demonstrate it is another matter.
I mean, just thinking back to when I flung myself at a fucking Great Demon that no one's ever seen before, but yeah, go on.
The physical is easy. To thrash out at parts of yourself? That's another matter. But I think that your part here is done. Is there anything that you would like to say to us? He says, pointing at the younger you still standing there, basically twiddling her thumbs.
No. I would not change anything from what I've done. It's made me to the person who I am today. And it's bringing me to the point where we all need to be.
God, I'm stubborn.
I count that as one of my good traits.
The apparition of yourself snips its fingers. The bright light grows even brighter, encompassing all of your vision. Or if you just got flashbanged.
Yeah.
Like your ears are ringing. Like
You see, yeah, you can see me visibly. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
And you're back in the room.
The eye open up.
Boris, you are painfully aware of how high you have to crank these things up that people who aren't psychically attuned have to, like, are able to feel it.
Ugh, that was unpleasant, but at the same time warming.
So,
It's uplifting. I know I'm on the right path.
Good.
Now
Do
then.
opportunity.
Let's get this farce over with.
yes, we still have the goggles, the short sword, and the grenade.
Sounds like a short story. Like a fantasy book.
Part of me thinks it would be really fun. Just told C4 to. But it's just try throwing it. Just like. Look
Yeah,
out,
I'm standing behind you.
fun. It'll be funny.
Come on, Bones, it will be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
What is a little chaos in all of this?
I don't. Maybe not chaos.
Okay, not chaos. What is a little undisclosed
OS.
word here? That's not
Hijinks.
chaos, but
High
hijinks.
kicks.
Slapstick.
Slapstick. Yeah, there we go. Not chaos.
All right.
Not chaos, guys. I promise.
I mean, do you want to throw your grenade?
You don't
know
have
what, fuck
to,
it, why not?
consider it would be really
Sure.
funny.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide
Okay.
behind a person
Um,
the moment I sense.
you pull the pin out, which you then realize looks a lot like the key to a toy you used to have. Like, one of those wind-up toys? It looks like the key to that. And you have just enough time to go, huh, that's interesting, before it and you're all getting flashbanged. Hold on.
Boo boo.
Let it finish or else we die.
Oh shit, yeah. I got a good quality photo visor. Am I still flashbanged?
Dude, I'm just
So,
getting
no.
flashbang non-stop.
Well, here's what happens. Like, everything is covered in so much light, that you're not, like, blinded, but your photo visor screen is just white for a solid,
yeah.
3 seconds. It's just white.
Massive burn in.
And then you all stand in nature, in the savannah.
Fuck.
Boy, am I glad I have a rebreather on. Because topside is generally not, breathable.
Yeah.
That's desert. It's like
Oh, this seems like natural savannah. Oh, C4, you recognize where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're back on the frontier world that you grew up on.
Ah.
And not
I think she can take a look around, see what she recognizes, see if there's anybody here, what time period this is.
Well, it's before the orcs came.
Okay.
So anywhere before 4 years ago, not 4 years, sorry, anywhere before like 5-10 years ago, time blurs together there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're on like a dirt road. And in the distance you see a truck driving down the road.
Mm-hmm. You just have a look at the truck, see if she recognizes it. See.
Oh yeah. This is your dad's truck.
Oh.
So since you're standing in the road, eventually the truck just stops.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the truck steps a sanctioned deputy of the Adeptus Abites, your father. With a last lock closely slung to his body.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are blocking the road there. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, sorry about that. She gestures for everyone to move out the way, and just, I guess, takes in the image of her father, like that he's here in front of her again,
Yeah.
and she doesn't want to say anything at the moment. She had her one brain cell hit the corner of her brain like the DVD player. And she's realizing that if her father is responding like this to her, he doesn't recognize her.
Oh, maybe not. Because he steps forward. Now, is that the kind of manners I taught you?
She'll just look downside and she's like, no, sorry, Pa.
Well, y'all are headed somewhere. You know where you headed?
Um,
Have a vibe.
yeah, is there like anything specific that she like has this?
Memory activation at any point?
Yeah, would this be called memory activation of something which happened, or is this just like weird dream sequence?
Yes, both. Because this is, on the one hand, this is like, you know, sort of a mixture of like 6 different things. But this is a phrase that he would ask you, or your mother, when like he was basically asking where you want to go for food.
Okay. He'll probably just give us like a small grin. Very different from the usual manic explosion fueled grin she gives, but like more of a genuine smile. And just like, dunno.
Well,
Wherever.
I reckon the current's gonna drag us somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, and sweetheart, that ain't no metaphor.
Sure.
Your mom's a strange place, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean,
The ground starts to shake.
okay.
Oh, tidal wave. There we go.
It's me.
Yeah, in the distance, that mountain's moving. It's growing. That's not a mountain, that's a wave. And like before any of you can really react, you're swept away by the current.
We
Kidding. Fucking weirdo.
Considering that she has explosions for a living, her mind is a lot more like wet than previously expected.
Okay, explosions equals wet. Noted.
No, just tidal wave.
Yeah. So no, you go through like just a bunch of cliff notes. You remember, like you remember, like things flash before your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, walking around, running through mud when the rain had come during the monsoon season. Carrying around all of your, all of your utensils, playing soldier with your sticks that you find in nature.
Mm-hmm. Throwing rocks like grenades.
Childhood behavior.
And eventually, you are gently carried somewhere. All of you, just gently set down somewhere. You're not wet, and that freaks you out for some reason.
Anti-wet.
Unwetted.
Wetent.
In front of you, Selena, is you. About 19, 20 years old, messing with some kind of explosive device that you seemingly built yourself.
Hmm. He's probably just gonna kneel down next to herself and just observe what was happening. What?
Connect the black wire to the yellow wire. Connect the green wire over to the red one. I forgot what the blue one does, so we're gonna rip it out. I forgot what I'm doing here. Oh, that's the detonator. Never mind.
Little important, mate.
Who really needs a blue wire?
Oh, you do.
Yeah. It's been
Everything's
said.
everything's like a bomb, you know? Everything's like a bomb in our head. It's kind of always been like this.
Yeah.
You remember when we started being anxious when things are quiet?
Like the way.
Let's see. It would have been sometime. I can tell you that much.
You kind of appeared, I
Probably.
think.
Hmm?
I think it just kind of appeared.
Yeah. I mean, who wants quiet anyway? Big boom, explosion, fun. You know,
Yeah. Talk to Dad.
a little.
Yeah. In a while.
A long while.
I mean, by this time here, I mean, I've stepped in his footsteps for like, what, 3 years now?
Mm. Maybe 4.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm always better at math after the fact.
Who needs math?
You?
Eh.
I mean, you throw things around. You need trigonometry.
Yeah, but that's all like, you know, it just is. It's not like it's boring math.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You gonna come back here one day?
Perhaps when maybe a brief sigh as she looks up to presumably what is the horizon before looking back to her younger self. It's like perhaps when my own ticker is ending, my own detonator is going off.
I don't think you'll get to make the choice of coming here when you do come here.
Surprise party then.
I tell you to tell Mom hi for me, but it's a little weird, you know. Hey, Mom. I said hi to you 10 years ago. Yeah, kind of weird.
It wouldn't be any weirder than anything else that she's heard from us recently, so.
Anyway, you scared?
Nah. What's that to be scared of? You know?
Oh, I don't know. Sorcerers, demons, orcs,
Yeah, but
accountants.
No, that's something to be scared of. But no, I'll just blow them up. And if I end up blowing myself up along the way, then hey. You know.
Trucking
Surprised it
along.
hasn't already happened.
Yeah, guess so. Does it ever make you sad?
I guess not really. I guess just thinking of what could have been, maybe. But we're here. No point thinking. Like that's not going to happen.
True.
I'm here
True.
now. No point changing the past.
Well, I got something for you.
Ooh. Have a present. Go ahead.
It's how to put this? It's a box.
Box.
She opens it up, and inside is an engraved bolt pistol. It was your father's. For when explosives of the natural kind aren't going to solve the problem anymore.
She stops for a second, looks back at the gun, and then looks back at her younger self, wiping a couple of errant tears away. I'm just like, thank you. I'll make sure to treat it right.
Yeah, it's Dad's. I mean, the gun's a metaphor, but I don't know what for. I didn't tell me that.
I mean, whatever it's for, it's meta. It's metaphor.
You're right. You're so right.
Thank you, me.
I'll tell you what. All things considered, I think you're probably the one out of the bunch behind you that hates yourself the least.
I mean, what use is hating yourself, you know? Go get catharsis, blow some shit up. Blow up
Yeah.
your emotions, I don't care, you know?
I only hate demons. I find this offensive.
This actually might be a good point.
If you end up hating yourself, you've got people to blow up.
Girl?
Just put your projections on them, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So, I don't know how well pointing at an orc knob is going to translate into getting stood up when we were 16.
Yeah, it fits some way. Nah.
True, he did kind of look like a knob sometimes.
That's insulting to the knob.
Hardly. She hands you a bottle with a lemonade you used to drink.
Bottoms up. And she'll just take a long swig.
Yeah. I could flashbang you again. But I think your psyker friend would not appreciate it.
It'd be fun, though.
Thank you.
And there's a door behind you there. You can step into there and you'll be back where you started. Oh, and Boris, the younger version of Selena hands you a bucket. Here in case you throw up from all the flashbanging.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Selena will just start heading towards the door, just yelling back, "Thank you, me. If ever I need to psychoanalyze myself again, I'll see you soon. Or later, or sometime. Maybe never. Who knows?"
Yeah, sure, just like drink alcohol and then dream of me. She like gives you a thumbs up.
Thumbs up back.
That can't be how that works.
Actually, that yes.
Boris knows best. He's a psyker.
I have proven that it works like that.
Also a working alcoholic.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Losing my sight, losing my.
Okay. You step back through. You're back in the room you started. You have AP's goggles and Bao's short sword.
I lean over to AP and just ask him, or whisper, you haven't rigged up Serena with explosives, have you?
Could you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
You haven't. Tell me you didn't rig Serena up with explosive.
No,
Good.
at least not that I remember.
Oh. Okay.
But not what you wanted to hear.
No.
That
well.
make is no.
I wanted a definitive yes or no. Damn it. Alright. Concerning, but okay.
It'll be fine.
Do I still
Yeah.
have the bucket?
Yeah, no, the bucket is still here. As is the bolt gun.
Oh. Oh,
You what?
you have a bolt gun?
Yeah, the
Yeah, a
Pistol.
metaphorical bolt pistol. Sorry, yeah, the bolt pistol that was handed to Selena.
I have a metaphorical bucket, yes.
Yeah, the bucket is a metaphor for Selena's concern that you'll throw up. Anyway, we still have AP's goggles and the short sword.
I'm happy either way.
AP, how about you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What do you do with the goggles?
I'm going to first give him a good look over and reminisce.
Yeah.
Eh.
You remember when you took these off? Because you got your augmented eye, and they wouldn't fit anymore.
I also didn't need them.
Yeah. There is a hook suddenly in the wall in front of you, like a clothes hanger hook, like that you like put your jacket up or whatever.
Yeah, sensing a theme, I'm walking up and hanging my goggles on the wall.
The wall just falls backwards, just like, and now there's a door there.
A movie set.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know whether to feel insulted or happy that it's moving along faster.
Norway! Wow! Eee.
Yay! Yeah, I walk in expecting the fleshy people to follow.
Yes.
You
This is the one
hear
I'm the most afraid of.
the clanks and clinks of a manufactorum. Home to you.
It's been a while.
You are in the underbellies of a minor Forge world. Somewhere in, I think, Segmentum Ultima, we said?
I think so. Hang on.
Yeah, thinking the Ultima Segmentum, just somewhere up
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have the name Graya.
Oh, yes, right. Ahoo. So, you're in the underbelly of this manufactorum. Where you are here, you see, not yourself, but you see your old, like, spot. where you used to stand. When you were an initiate.
Mm.
This is when you inspected and blessed stim packs on an assembly line.
Thrilling. Yeah, it's thrilling stuff, I know.
I mean, from Tech Priest, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Do I
Um,
sense nostalgia, AP?
Guns move through. Not guns. Jesus. Stim packs move through. But eventually, among the stim packs, there is a data slate there.
Yoink.
Yeah, you grab the data slate, and it says something in binary. It's
Please don't make me translate that myself.
no, it's you.
Okay,
It's
yes.
your exact. So it's your designation, your exact date of birth, and your exact date of ascension through each of the ranks.
I'm guessing it, given which ones are there and which ones are missing, I can figure out roughly where this is time-wise.
Oh, they're all here. This is just like a manifest of you. This is a manifest of you as a whole, including things that the Mechanicus wouldn't know about, like things in service of the Inquisition. You know, it's assembled from parts of your mind, and the parts of your
Oh,
mind
yeah.
are mechanical.
Yeah, a sizable part is a computer. I like it that way.
Yeah. For the rest of you, being here feels off. Who of you has ever been like really under the wet, like out of character, been really under the weather, to where all of like your emotions are just almost kind of muted, and you just kind of feel there, but barely?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like in here.
Hmm.
Everything is so muted. AP, this feels normal.
I tried to connect to the noon sphere of the Manufactorum.
Everything is quiet, except for one thing. Transmitting a single message in binary out into everything else. Birth, growth, rebirth, death.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I would like to follow to where this message is originating from.
Yeah. You remember exactly where this is as you step through the corridors, like where it's leading you. You recognize it just from the layout and the new sphere. It's leading you into the old, like, prayer halls where all of the like surgeries and inductions take place. Lowering themselves as soon as you step in through those iron doors. There is a figure there that looks a lot like you. But it has a fully golden body. You stare at yourself in a fully golden body, undecaying, unaging, with still distinctly human eyes.
Hmm. Interesting. I approach.
Can your logic centers deduct what you are looking at?
Potential future or choice yet to be made.
False. I am your anima. The aspect of a soul that makes a living being living, makes an intelligence sacred and not profane. Intelligence without anima is abominable intelligence. Intelligence with anima is life.
Yeah, I'm just nodding along with him at this. And it's like, yeah, all right, fair
This
enough.
is basically Mechanicus Creed.
Yeah.
You fear death, you fear decay.
I fear that the decay will happen sooner than I can contribute.
You seek security in steel.
Ever present.
All things die, even things that don't. Nothing dies, especially things that rot.
Had not considered that.
Logic. Logic is the highest creed of the Mechanicus. When all impossibilities are eliminated, what remains is truth. Truth is sacred. Thus is the decrees of the machine god. The truth of the Omnissiah. When you rust, when the folds of time and of wear and tear take you, destroy you, wither you down until you are nothing, what will be left?
My work, be it in the pursuit of the stability of the Imperium, or my personal pursuit into the research of the very flesh and blood I seek to free myself from. Anything
Logic.
else, lost to time.
Logical. We seek to preserve, to enshrine. The Mechanicus seeks survival of humanity. Humanity must be preserved. To preserve, we must secure. Steel secures. Flesh rots. But without maintenance, without care, steel rusts.
With care, flesh grows anew.
Again, logical. You understand. You understand your place and the work which you must complete. Lies will tempt you. Understanding
Lies
will
tempt
escape you.
all.
Flesh will not consume you. Steel will not forever preserve you. You must balance, you must understand, you must seek, you must reinforce. This you already know.
Yes. I must grow and I must finish.
Then you must move ahead. He gestures behind himself. Where there is a not a tub, what do you call that? A large bath
Vat.
almost of, yes, a vat, thank you, of water, which is bubbling slightly. He gestures for you to come over. Ben,
Yeah, I step up to the vat.
And he takes hold of you, like picks you up by your shoulders. And in this vat of a mixture of water, slight acids, other things that you don't entirely know and understand, he baptizes you. And you go through an experience. At first, you feel your flesh strip away. Metal take the place of what rots away. Steel slowly replacing every part of your body. Until the last thing that you can hear remaining is the creaking of your nerves. And when that goes dark, you feel cold for a moment. There is a sense of noted understanding that washes over you, where you understand yourself and your place in the world. Then the steel rusts, decays, and withers away into corrosion. And their place is taken by flesh. You are full. You are fully flesh for just a moment. Emotions rush through your mind as you're reminded of every aspect of the human experience are brought front and center back into your mind. Hope, fear, anger, satisfaction, and endurance. But it gives way to clarity. And with that clarity, you put those emotions aside. Not cast them away. You take them, you acknowledge them, and then you place them down to be used when appropriate. And as metal parts start to replace, once again, what has already been replaced, you end up in your old self, your current state. And you emerge as yourself. How do you feel?
Yeah, that entire experience is basically fucking AP tripping the fuck out
Oh, yeah.
and touching what he considers to be the fucking divine, the fucking pinnacle of every mage's biologist, understanding the difference and connection between flesh and steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is insight AP didn't have before, and insight AP will put to very good use.
I'm scared.
Your journey is not over. It will continue. Now, apply what you have learned. It is the human way. It is the path of the machine god. And then, around all of you, the floor rearranges itself through means of hydraulics and pressure, and again reassembles the room that you were in at the start.
What is it that the zealots say? I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Oh dear.
Are you?
Close enough.
Well done.
AP. Not AP, sorry. Bayo.
Yeah.
The knife
Working
vibrates in your hand.
Last then.
Uh-huh.
I'm like looking at Drostia for instructions.
Yes,
There is a
of
sheet-
course, it-
Yeah.
This is up to you. It is something you must face. How you face it is entirely up to you.
Theo's just
No pressure.
take a moment, nod, and I don't know if this is gonna make sense. Do you know what a kata is?
Yep.
Like, okay, Edgar, can you stop pawing your chin? He's going to like take the knife in his hands and just like slink down into like that stance before just kind of closing his eyes on memory. A knife kata in
Yeah.
on instinct, more or less.
You all have a strong compulsion to blink all of a sudden.
Yeah, sure, we follow the compulsion.
Yeah, as soon as you blink, you're standing knee deep in snow. Boris, it's really cold again!
Yay!
Yes!
God
Fenris!
fucking damn it.
Drostia loudly, not again.
Yeah, that's
Aw.
actually something. You know that heat that you felt in that desert? Imagine that, but a little bit worse. Inside the, or you've been there except for
Selena.
Selena, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm not for
that's
Portland.
it's hot down in the tunnels.
Yeah. AP's gonna look down at the fucking snow. It's like, I am so glad I can turn off the feeling of hot and cold. Looking to Drostia. Don't you have a massive fucking fire on your back you could light?
I don't have my flamer with me. Boris, do you mind?
What do I? No, I can.
You just light
you
it with
sure?
a cigarette lighter?
Are you,
I mean,
are you
I
sure?
think it could be cool and just do pyrokinetics.
Yes, I can. I can spontaneous combust you if you want.
No, not me. Never mind. I got
I can only
a fully, vac sealed suit. I am fine. Leave me alone.
There is. Theo, you recognize this place. It's where you grew up. You only have dim memories of this place. Because the last time you were here was when you were 4, 5.
That's not normal.
And there is. Something descends from the sky.
That's also not normal.
It is a Space Marine transport. And then a firefight breaks out in the sky. And the thing gets thrashed and falls to the ground. So you see your house in the distance, your old house, the house you were born in. So, hold on. And you see yourself with your mother, your human mother, running through the streets. And then behind you, you feel a shiver run down your spine. Turning around, dust. You smell dust. Memories that you don't want to remember, but are laid bare in front of you. You can't suppress what you see with your own physical eyes. And from the wreckage, things, that's the only way you can describe them, things assemble themselves out of the wreckage. Putting this in VC, because I forgot to put it in, yeah. Putting it in 40K session media as well.
Oh, jeez.
Yay.
They assemble themselves, and you hear the horrid wheezing of dust scraping against ceramite as they, in lockstep, march towards your village. And begin to burn.
Bayo seems sad, I think, first and foremost.
People of your village, they immediately retaliate. The first thing they throw at these things are volleys of ballistas, which don't do too much. But the rocks that you do throw at them do actually manage to disable one or two of them. And then they open fire with their bolters. That horrible like noise of rockets ripping through the air, then ripping through wood, stone, and flesh. That noise of things being set alight, and you hear the smoke. Like an unstoppable tidal wave. Slowly, methodically, they march into your village, cut down what remains, and shoot whatever else is there. Things detonate, things burn. You hear screams, and you hear a shout. It should be too far away. You shouldn't be able to hear it. But you hear your mother shouting to you. Beowulf, run! Just run!
Well, there's a moment, I think, of just knowing this isn't real and knowing that running won't do anything, but that shout echoing in his head, I don't think there's anything that he can do but turn and run.
If you do, the rest of you feel like see something assemble in front of you, but Bayo, by the time that you turn around, there is one of these things, a rubric marine, standing behind you, with the mangled remains of your mother in his hands. And he drops it to the floor. Blood for blood. Fenris burns. And he... What do you do? Just...
I for a hot minute, he's just sitting there on the ground, like horrified. There's like a part of his instincts, I guess, that take over again. All of the where he goes to like reach for gun or storm.
Yeah. You can go ahead and do that.
Yep.
You shoot him?
I.
Go ahead and roll me to hit.
I don't have my gun statted anymore.
What? What do you mean?
Because I replaced it with my storm bolter.
No,
Yeah, just
use
roll to
your
hit.
storm bolter.
Oh, okay. Hump of.
I don't know, dude.
Here's hoping we don't make a new hole in the wall.
Hell yeah. Yeah, roll damage.
Do you want me to
This
roll
is actually
multiple or
not
just the
fake.
one?
Roll me all the ones that you would have.
Turns out this is actually not fake. That's actually Space Marines.
So these are counting for the way I have it set up. It automatically calculates tearing it, and then I
Yep.
automatically for the storm, and then I'm purposely rolling.
Yeah, so this thing rip, like your bolts rip through, or you hit him and the ceramite cracks. Ashes seep from the cracks within the armor. And you hear dust to dust. Blood for blood.
Ashes to ashes.
A blood debt paid.
Most importantly, dust to dust.
Uh-huh.
Considering who we're talking about.
Oh, yes. And then in the distance, as you see your village still burning, and rubric Marine still tearing through it, you hear howl. Boris,
Yeah.
what happens next is most certainly not normal, because a quote-unquote wolf rips a hole, like, through the barrier between this imagined material space and the hypothetical immaterium. Remember, there are no wolves on Fenris. But a wolf certainly comes by and scoops Bayo up and then tries to, like,
Baby
get
Bayo
down.
or actual Bayo?
Well, both. There's one that comes.
Oh.
Both of them are the same wolf. One scooping up the infant, and the other, like, grabbing you, Bayo, and then, like, getting down, like, gesturing at its back with its head at the rest of you.
Is this supposed to happen? That was It's huh? It's no. What?
The
How can you make
wolf
a whole-
huffs. It's a big wolf. Like it's
Ah,
tall as a space marine, almost as long as a land raider. Big wolf.
that wolf is not supposed to be there. I'm sure. I kind of look at the wolf like, what's your deal?
It speaks to you. Doesn't
Oh.
speak to you. It conveys a vibe to you psychically, which
Hmm.
roughly translates to, "Oh my god, just get on my back! Holy hell!"
We have to get on the back of that wolf. Alright, fuck it. Can't be worse than going back to the front lines. Alright.
AP is already on the wolf's back.
C4 is
I'm
also
going.
just vibing on there now.
Very suspicious. This sounds heretical. Clearly.
Trostya, get on the wolf.
AP looks at Trust. Yeah, everything here has either looked, felt, or seemed either heretical or suspicious. Yet the Inquisition themselves is wondering it. Either shut up or nut up.
Do you doubt the Inquisition?
Wait. You think the Inquisition is running this?
I
No,
was referring to the
what?
station where this is. Now get on.
Indeed.
But they allow it to exist, so it must have a purpose. Come on.
Yeah, you.
Yes, sure. Just for getting it over with, but
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite right. Boris, this thing definitely doesn't feel chaos.
Hmm.
And running through the snow, rubric marines fire bolter shells at you, but they just ping off of like your surroundings. Eventually, you step through a set of trees and emerge in a cage. In a cave, sorry, not in a cage, in a cave.
I was almost about to say, my fears were justified.
You end up in a luminescent cave. There is. How do I put this? Boris, this feels like an immaterial representation of a part of the immaterium. Again, ordered materium. Weird.
Okay.
There are glowing. So the cave is lit by glowing crystals. And you see plants here, trees even, small bushes, berries. This place is peaceful. And it's room temperature. The temperature feels nice. It feels indistinct. It doesn't feel, oh, this is pretty warm, this is pretty cold, this is pretty middling. It just feels pleasant. There in the middle of it is a fire where you see a young Deo sit around that fire next to that wolf you just saw. And entering through the back of the door is a very tall, towering man. Bayo, you remember this man. You remember that when you were with your wolf and with your canine caretaker, sometimes there was a man that would come to visit. But this is very blurry. You were very young. The man takes a stick and just starts poking at the fire. Hello. Oh, you're on some journey then, huh?
Faith.
I suppose we all are. Yeah, right with that. Definitely. Yeah. But normally, people don't tend to show up in parts of their own memory unannounced.
Memories like this case.
True. But you're mixing up dreams for memories. They're separate. You see, when we experience something, there's actually two memories created. There's the imperfect in your mind, constantly changing and rearranging. And then there is what is stored in your soul, what your soul has experienced, unaltered in most circumstances. But you learn a lot of things when you've been here around these parts as long as I have. Boris,
Yeah.
this man is hiding his power level, you could say. Psychically, like his psychic power level.
Oh, he's sandbagging. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Huh.
I don't think you
I kinda
ever.
look-
No, go on.
I kind of look at him suspiciously, like, what's your deal?
Australian, huh?
Yes.
Are you suspicious of me?
Well, you seem to be hiding something.
I'm hiding what you shouldn't know. Because nosy little milksops like you, well, tend to end up on the wrong side of dead in the warp, you know? I pose no threat to you. This is a memory.
Like that, maybe?
No,
I thought that was going to happen.
no. But it's best that you're not recognizing me. Well, you wouldn't recognize me, but that you don't catch wind of certain things. I already said a lot. Beo,
Yes.
I don't think you ever fully cognized this. How much time do you think passed in the weeks, months that you spent here in this cave? $202. 202 years.
Yeah.
You entered a little slumber in your materium. The Battle of Fenris was 202 years ago. Your time with the chapter? Well, that's most of your awakened life. That happened in the real time, obviously.
200.
How are the wolves? I'll let you process first. I'll ask later.
This was still.
You survived. Fenris lived.
$202.
Oh, time dilation is a hell of a thing. For you, a few months that passed. For everyone else, life-defining centuries. Well, for most people, their lives. But your story was not to be written then. Your story belongs in the here and now. Lot to take in. Don't think they ever fully realized. Bless the wolves, though sometimes they take leave of their cognitive senses. How are they, by the way?
Sorry,
Good.
202?
Give or take a few months. Had to check up on you. Every now and then. Don't usually do that sort of thing. But I thought someone ought to tell you.
Maybe a little sooner next time.
Well, I couldn't exactly tell you. It's never clear when the warp spits you out. Time don't work like that here. Oh, yeah. But you did get spat out. That's something you gotta face, boy. Something you gotta face soon. As in, now. Really.
How? So many questions.
And you will get answers. But not now. And probably not from me. Aye, you've survived worse. You've survived demonic entities. Yep, that's what I feared.
Why are you talking in Morse code?
Something battery, I assume.
Yes. And I charged it before session 2. But you gotta face what you gotta face. You faced worse than time, really. You faced demons, and you clobbered the hell out of them. You faced rubrics, and you survived them. As a 6-year-old. Not exactly something a lot of people can boast about.
I want to boast about.
Well, your story doesn't end here. So, understand your past. Know what happened to you. Feel that pain. Grasp it close to you. Put it to your heart. Let it drive you to do good for the people around you.
Can I ask something?
Sure, sure.
He... He looks like embarrassed with everyone around to be asking this. She...
Yeah?
said,
I mean, she's pretty much the soul bits. When you picture her, is she alright? Exactly. Then she's fine. See her occasionally. You have strong protectors, Beowulf. But you have stronger enemies at the moment. Keep that in mind for yourself.
Two.
Oh. Now that's not what I want to hear. Nah, you're doing fine, lad. Now show those milksop traitors why they probably shouldn't have messed with you. Nobody burns Fenris, and well, doesn't deal with the late-term consequences anyway, any time. But you must move forward. You can't stay caught in this part of your life. Or it's a small part of your life, too. Good. Well. Not that old. Maybe a little old.
2, I assume.
Oh, a mere 11,000. Oh. Respect your elders, boy.
Yeah, I should be telling this. Bonus.
They'll respect things. They're old. Sometimes I wish they'd respect things if they're wise, too. No. Go, boy. Now. The rest of you, too. You shouldn't linger in someone else's memory. It's quite rude.
Not like we have a choice.
Likewise.
Ugh.
What should I call you? It's also rude.
Mhm. Call me Thunder. That's accurate enough.
By the lightning.
Uh,
Storm.
I've had. Yes. Well, I've had a lot of names. But. Well, I hope we don't meet again soon. But it means that things have gone quite awry.
Hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Yes. Now move on. Time is running a little short on this thing. Huh? You step forward.
Excuse me, is my dad Thor? Excuse me?
No. It's not your father.
I know,
Well.
he's my adoptive dad at this point in my brain.
Not Thor, but well, I'm sure some other people in the chat have figured out who this is.
I
But
have a feeling.
Oh, geez.
nah.
Ah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So-
Terrifier. I love peeking out of the net. It's so fun. Legitimately.
And you step through this gate that appears in front of you. And you see a little like flash through of what happened then. You find you see yourself waking up in the cold. And you see an Astartes standing above you. Are you alive, boy?
I...
Out here! Oh, father's beard! Come, You must need warmth and food. And this is how you remember this. This is how you came into the service of the wolves. You woke up out in the snow in the middle of the wastes, just as the patrol was on their training duties, and they see a boy lying in the snow. So they take him in. You see yourself live among the serfs, train to fight, learn to fight, become someone's attendant. And it goes through a lot of these things. And then you are not once again in the room. You're in a much wider, darkened area. Hold on. You hear noises around you. Good job, everybody. Were you afraid? Frightened?
Fuck
Is it
yeah, I
all of
was
you?
afraid.
Worried, perhaps.
That's kind of fun.
Fear is the last thing you need right now. But it will be inevitable.
Who is speaking?
You don't know, you just hear this.
Lovely. Yes, now I'm afraid.
Who's there? Reveal yourself.
You're
I
yourself.
am a coming storm. The things you cannot hide from.
Oh.
I am. And a shadow appears in front of you all. Hold on, putting this again in 40k session media. I am the coming goddess of fear. Are you afraid?
Never.
I've seen worse. I'm lying.
She gets up really close to you. Psyker. You shouldn't lie to someone that can see into your
I did not give you permission.
Don't touch me.
I'm gonna blow my whistle.
You Vostroyans and your humor. It will be disappointing to burn you.
Then don't.
Interesting proposition. Time for that will
Okay.
come. And she grabs you,
I kind of signal to that, like, fucking help me.
and she grabs you and snaps your neck.
Oh.
We'll get to you in a second.
Can I try and do something with either of my gear to try and impale the bitch?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Cool. Going out on a limb here, so we're using the power stake. What do you want me to do?
Roll an attack.
Okay.
With the heart.
Well, you know, Strosjas is always going all out, always, so that's what we're doing.
Yep.
7 degrees.
Yep. Directly through where you think the heart should be. Goes directly through her. It's like she's not there. It's like this is an apparition. And then you realize your hand is stuck You're going to burn, Rostia Genuine.
Oh, believe me, I will, but I will take you with me.
Your death will be meaningless. And
You are
she
meaningless.
holds her hand out in front of herself, blows in your general direction, and like dust, you fade away, blow away, are gone instantly. Tech priest.
Damn.
Hmm.
Logically, what should you do now? I've just obliterated 2 of your friends without so much as a thought. Doesn't
You
logic
are not
dictate?
a construct of logic. Applying logic to you is a exercise in futility.
Ooh. Tell me, Adept, what happens, logically, when no more fluids flow to your brain? She touches your neck, and you feel like your artificial heart stop instantly. And within seconds, like, you pass out, fall over, dead.
Joyous.
Turning around and facing the rest of me, Selena,
What?
Uh-oh.
you're afraid, aren't you?
If I say no, are you gonna believe me?
You don't have to say anything. I am fear. I know when you are afraid.
And
Nothing. Isn't it so painful to die pointlessly? Isn't there a better fate you'd want? Or would you rather die bleeding out, shot at random by some lowlife like your father? Gasping for you.
keep my father's name out of your fucking mouth.
Oh, I know. You ever wonder if he must have tasted his own fluids as he drowned in his own blood?
She is going to just
Selena,
lob. She'll just give a glare to you and just like, putting my fucking father's name in them.
is this part of the test she is trying to? Not.
And she's gonna kill us anyway.
You must not presume what I shall do. Perhaps you're right, though. Drowned. You're afraid of water, of drowning, of being unable to speak, unable to be heard. That's why you babble so much.
Yeah, right.
You feel yourself drowning. There is water in your lungs. Goodbye,
Mhm.
Selena. And you pass out.
Oh, so she gets to pass out. Motherfucker.
No, dying.
Oh,
She is slowly drowning.
Well, that's pleasant compared to being turned to dust.
No, you're just old.
Beowulf Letterson, son of the wolf. You don't even realize what you have. A sad specimen.
But I know I have allies that will.
And if they don't?
Do you know who ate all the donuts?
You did.
That was my friend fucking with me. I'm sorry. Um,
I'm so sorry. What was the question you just asked me?
and what if they don't? What if you're left here to die?
Then it is a death I have earned. Die on my lawn.
Leak?
Those who die as
No
such,
way.
you...
What about your mother? She was ripped apart, comforted only by the wheezings of a rubric marine. That awful denizen of hell. Don't you hate it? Don't you feel nothing? No. What you hate and fear is too abstract to put into words. You can't face that kind of dread. Because that's me. You can't just face me. Well, not if you want to survive, anyway. Your discipline is admirable, but so pointless.
Fear. We all try to will overcome. So
Nothing can overcome me. And she grabs you by the throat.
immediately, like, grabbing and struggling.
And she squeezes so hard that your head just pops off. And with that noise, that awful, terrible noise in your head, you all wake back up.
Never make whatever noise that was again.
Okay, Yoda getting a fucking blowjob. Fucking cease.
That's my death sound. I'm sorry.
You all wake up seated in a circle.
That was truly horrible. I wish never to be subjected to that again.
Is this real?
Footsteps come towards you. Yeah, this definitely is the material plane.
I look around for my flamer.
Everything that you own is on you.
Even the flamer I left specifically at a chair in the waiting room.
Yeah, things were brought to you.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The Lord Inquisitor steps out into visible areas. Morning.
Excuse me, sir. May I speak plainly?
Of course.
What the fuck?
Yes, that's fair.
Very eloquent, Boris. But yeah.
Different for everybody. Also, I hear.
AP takes this moment to actually start getting the fuck up. Well, I was both illuminating and fucking... I don't think I have a word for it. I don't think there is a word for it in the Gothic
one.
language.
There is,
Utterly heretical. This place should be purged.
as Inquisitors, we must steep to the lowest lows, and we must emerge pure. That's what this place is for. Even hateful, terrible things have their use.
Is that what that weird like manifestation of fear thing was? Because that's like to make
That is
us
what we are
nearer.
fighting. That is Alfara. Let me put it to you this way. If you were not strong enough to face that, then I would be not only sending you out to die, I would be feeding her. I had to make sure, I have to make sure, that you, as you step out into this world, into this galaxy full of darkness, to stop its end, to stop the demise of humanity and of the Imperium, of all life in the galaxy, I must be sure that when you face that kind of dread, that you will not falter, that you will not fall. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Understood.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
I will hand you coordinates. You will step onto your ship. You will head there. It will be a fairly lengthy journey, and in that time, you will use that time to rest, to recuperate, to reflect, to pray. Especially that last part.
I take it this is the new Primaris. The previous engagements are secondary in all senses.
Yes and no. Well, I will send you to a place that will assist you in achieving your other objectives.
Hmm.
I will be deferring until further notice. You will continue to investigate as you have, but you will be on the lookout for something. Another relic. We require it.
Why?
So that she doesn't have them.
Then can we destroy it?
No. They're relics of the Emperor.
Oh,
That explains basically nothing, but it does make sense why they would want them.
And why you should not destroy them. If you
Better
obtain a
than
piece of
falling
the
into
Emperor...
hands. But
What?
yes, better than them falling into the enemy hands, certainly.
Perhaps. Though the question remains whether you could destroy them so easily. If you came into possession of a piece of the Emperor's armor, it would be blasphemy to destroy it. Especially when it is not necessary. Now, in particular, in your investigations, you have noted that the San Leo, Cardinal World, home of the Adeptus Auroritas, yeah?
Yes.
You noted that part of the cult's activities that you were chasing pointed there.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go there. And I want for you to talk to somebody specific. A contact of mine.
Whom?
Hold on. I want for you to speak to a prioress of the Adeptus Auroritas. Her name is Ciara. She will be on San Leo. Tell her that Ozma sent you. She will know. Any questions?
Is she in possession of the relic? Are we just securing it? Is there a potential threat to the maiden world or garden world?
There is a potential threat, but don't ruffle any feathers until you can confirm that. I don't want the ecclesiarchy, well, up in arms over our activities, especially since we need the cooperation.
No, I'm used to dealing with the ecclesiarchy. Do not worry.
Good.
But this is it's significant. So if there's a threat, they should be aware. Not in detail, of course.
Tell them to shore up defenses then. I
Hmm.
trust your judgment, interrogator. Very well. Hmm?
Two things come to mind.
Yes,
Could
AP.
we perhaps do the same thing they are doing, but to our beloved emperor?
No.
Hmm.
Explain what you're talking about.
They are using the remnants of relics of our god emperor as amplitudes of reinforcements for sick and twisted rituals. It belongs to the emperor, carries a piece of him and his light. Should not returning it give him some of his strength back?
I have discussed this particular point of contention with the Lord Commander. He thinks that it is more important for us to keep them secure and out of the hands of those who would rob them. And as secure as the Imperial Palace is, we don't want Terra itself to become a target. Heretics may not be able to breach in directly, but a desperate charge would cause damage to the throne world, or at least to its surrounding defenses. I want to avoid that.
Short-term security for long-term gain.
Exactly.
Logical. Second
Yes.
thing. Is the artifacts traceable by mechanical means?
This one might be. It. It is an old piece of equipment. That is all I will say, all I can say. Search for. Once you have arrived where you need to be, you will know when that is. Search for things oscillating in.
Stop.
Hmm.
Have your local tech magistrate send the frequency over the noon sphere.
Well. Very well. If you think that better. Now, go. And reflect upon this. And with that, he steps out of the room. And we're going to end the session.
That was a long one. I need to go to bed. If there's anything pertinent regarding like XP or anything, write it in chat and I'll deal with it.
I will deal with that tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
I'm
really
sorry
need
it
to go,
went long.
so-
I hope it was still fun and good.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Yes.
Gotta say.
That was a really good session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers. Gotta go. Good night.
Yeah, cheers.
Yep. Bye.
Casual. Bye.
Bye.
That was really good.
Still here. Do you have anything you wish to say for the record?
Bananas.
Great.
I have.
Wonderful.
All that.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
God damn it!
Yeah, yeah. No, the next session will be the first session of 2024. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yes. It will take.
Um,
It will happen next year.
I've spent a significant amount of time prepping the session actually, and writing a lot for it. And this was also a part of just sort of laying yourself bare to each other on a level. That's actually the thing that I trained the longest on, Boris, was the voice for your fucked up mutant version.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
really
yeah.
good. I was sitting there going like, damn, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Uh, um,
I'm going to stop recording.
yeah. Nah, this is fine.